Hey everybody, Paint Marine here with another status report. It's the end of the month, so time to update on what's going on. As many have probably noticed, things have really kind of slowed down. So I want to get back in the swing of things with videos and things coming out, but like my day job has just been pretty hectic, and it's just going to get busier and busier until really, like May really is when it'll start to slow down again for me, so I can get more into producing more content, videos and stuff like that. I mean, I'll still periodically get a few videos out here and there, but it's definitely not going to be quite as many as I'd like. However, that being said, there are some things coming up which will give me plenty of time to get caught up in my reading. It's definitely one thing I want to get back on track with my bookshelf videos. And I've got a few things coming up that's going to give me some time to get some reading caught up on. So looking forward to that. Other than that, the other big news is I'm still on track to attend Nova. Got a friend that's also going to be attending, which is nice because just in general, like, it's kind of a drive from where I'm at, and just having company will be nice. And then also just kind of being able to like split like room cost and gas and stuff like that kind of helps too. Just make it affordable or more affordable, so the wife isn't like too upset that be going there, because then also that will free up some money to hopefully snag some Forge World stuff while I'm there. Other things going on coming up in April. I guess my local Games Workshop, local being about 3 hours away. Their birthday party's coming up in the beginning of April. I should be able to attend that. They're doing some events. They have a cool event they're doing. It's kind of like come in, I think, buy a troop choice and a HQ choice, non-character name, or not character, non-named character. Build, paint them up by the time of the birthday party. They're doing kind of like a giant, I guess, kind of kill team style fight, like everybody versus everyone, on a way he described like a Necromunda, very terrain intense board. So it sounds like it'd be lots of fun. Unfortunately, with my work schedule, I'm not gonna be able to make it there to at least buy and build these models, because it sounds like I think I could still participate in the actual like event, so I can bring a troop and an HQ choice. I just won't be able to. There's like a painting competition, so it's basically like come in anytime between then and now, get your troop and your HQ, and build and paint them, and then that'll be like a separate thing, and then as well as the game. So I think I can still participate in the game. I just won't really be able to participate in the painting aspect of it, because I won't be able to really get there to get a troop choice and a HQ and get them all painted up and on the board before then. Just because time with work and everything, I'm not gonna have a ton of time to get that stuff painted. Also, right now, I'm kind of sitting good as far as I don't really need anything. Like, there's always things I want, but like really, I'm trying to focus down and budget my hobby funds, and there's nothing I need right now. I mean, the biggest thing coming up soon this next month, the Tau Codex will be coming out, and I definitely that's my kind of my other army that I've got kicking about, but I really don't know what I need for that, and unless there's kind of new units and stuff that come out, there's nothing I really need. And again, for this particular event, it's a troop and an HQ, and I have fire warriors and troop or HQ choices, so I don't know. But on that aspect, very excited about the new Tau Codex coming out. Excited to see what exactly it's going to have. I'm happy to see the Seps. I'm excited to see that. It sounds like the Farsight Enclaves will be like a Sept chapter tactic thing, so they'll be included, because my Sept, or whatever you want to say, are like, I have the Farsight 8 all painted up in the Farsight colors, and then the rest of my army is like this purple color, because I was going for the Halo Covenant theme with it. and I've kind of just like my background behind them is they follow and definitely support the Farsight Enclave. They're kind of a lost world in that Damocles Gulf area that Farsight kind of has come to the rescue quite a few times as um, the Ultramarines, Raven Guard, like all those have kind of whatever gotten in there. So anyway, so they're definitely a follower of Farsight. So anyway, excited to see what's going to come forward for them, and just kind of like what buffs their HQs and auras and things they have. You know, there's a lot of talk online of, you know, like depending upon what the HQs are going to do, like is it really going to matter about marker lights anymore? Because marker lights as is right now is like really what gives the Tau their buffs, but at the same time it's not like they're huge buffs. Like you have to hit with marker lights, and then you're like, okay, well now I have to bring a unit like. I have to bring these pathfinders, and so that's a point tax, or power level tax, or whatever you're playing, just to bring this unit to be a dedicated marker light, shoot, whatever you want to say, fire, whatever, marker light marker, and I don't know, doing that, like so you're soaking up points to bring something to be dedicated for that, and really like you're not like it's not like the marker lights give an aura effect or anything like that. Um, it's just whatever they target. So a specific unit that you get so many marker lights on is whatever. So you really would have to target prioritize. So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting how they go forward with that. Somebody on some forum that's with the leaks and all that mentioned that he had 1,000 Suns and a Custodes army that he's going to shelve for Tau coming out because that's going to be his tournament army because he's, I saw the codex and it's just amazing. So we'll see. That's a pretty big claim. We'll go and we'll see how that goes. Other things going on. Let me grab this real quick. Like I said, getting ready for Nova. Primarily, it's going to be my Primaris army. Let's see, today is the 27th that I'm making this. So the 28th tomorrow, and then we have the 1st. The 1st at 8 Eastern, I believe it is. Registration will open up. Of course, everybody's going to be jumping on there trying to get those Supernova because there's a limited few of those. Hopefully I get one. If not, I'm going to try to get a Dwarf Nova, but those will go out just as fast, so I don't know. I'll probably end up with just a regular pass, unfortunately, but I'll try to stay positive and optimistic that I'll get a Supernova, but we'll see. But I'm looking, I definitely want to enter in the Capital Palette painting competition. I want to put my Star Commanders Chapter Master up there and just see what people think. I've not entered into a big tournament or a big forum painting competition like this. So I'm just curious. I'm just interested to see how it goes. And I like the model. I thought it was a nice conversion that I'd done and an interesting paint job for sure. Definitely get all kinds of comments with my army's theme. Anyway, and then also looking to do probably there's the narrative one. I'm not gonna do the grand tournament as much as I'd like to. Main reason just being it's just so much. Like I don't want to get too burned out with playing just constantly because it's full. I mean, it's every single day just full, and I want to have some time to go to the vendors, and if I want to go to any of the classes or seminars that they're holding, just to kind of keep some options open, also just to give myself some breathing room here and there. But I'm looking. There's a day fight narrative thing. I can't remember what it's called now, but it kind of like escalates in points. I think it's like 1,000, 12, 15, 15, and 18 maybe. I'd have to look again, but it's something like that. It's during the day. It's Friday and Saturday, I believe. And then there is a like a combat patrol or something that they have during day and night. And then I would like to do the night one so then I can do like the bigger games during the day. And I think there's like a 2 to maybe 3 hour kind of break in between, and then the combat patrol ones at night that don't go too late. that I would like to do, and then the capital palette. Those are the main things I like to do, and then just kind of browse the vendors, look around, see what's going on, what people are working on, check out a few of the other games and things going on. There's a Glowpocalypse, like a 40K thing. It goes pretty late at night, and looks really or sounds really cool. I haven't seen it, but it sounds like it's got a lot of like pretty much lighting effects and things like that. I think that'll be really cool to see. I'm not gonna participate in that one. We'll see how it looks and then see what all it might take to participate in. Also, depending upon the list restrictions for the narrative thing, I definitely want to bring my Lord of War Primaris heavy tank, the Astraeus. Been working on it. I've got it sitting right here in front of me. You can kind of see what I've got so far. Just kind of got some of the base colors down. Just the white, some like the parts I want to do green, and then like I've been doing most of the weapon casings in purple, as you can kind of see on the main guns here, and the side sponsons a little bit. And then here is the extra heavy stubber that doesn't come with it. I converted from the Repulsor Icarus heavy stubber. It's just magnetized on there, so I can take it off if I want to. And then I've got just the regular hatch on the top. So if I just want to roll with just the one stubber or pay the extra, I don't know what it is, like 4 or 6 points most, and throw it up there. So most likely gonna take it because why not? This thing, like for what it is, I feel like the Repulsor has a lot more punch to it. But this is nice because it's good against flyers. You don't get the negative to hit. Extra stubber, so you have 2 stubbers. There's a Storm Bolter sitting in the back here, which facing doesn't matter, so it can still shoot. Anything helps. I went with the las cannon permanent up here, just like with my repulsors. I figure if you can take las cannons, why not take the las cannons? I get the heavy bolter, you can get more shots depending on what you're going up against, but I just like always at least having the ability to get that D6 damage, essentially. Potentially even getting max if you hit and you wound both, potentially getting 12 wounds is pretty nice at a -3 AP. That's pretty good. And then I magnetize the side sponsons, so I can take the Las Rippers or the new, I can't remember what they're called, like the Plasma Eradicators or something. The way it's looking right now, I'm looking to take probably the Plasma most likely. Again, just because it has a -4 and a longer range. The Las Rippers are only 24 inch, and I think I've got the rules actually right here. Or is it Plasma Eradicators 36 inch, heavy D3, 8, overcharge 9, -4, or 1 damage or 2 damage. The supercharge is kind of risky. I mean, of course, you'll suffer a mortal wound on a roll of a 1, but if I have a captain nearby, why not? And then also, it kind of sucks, but you can't save it because this thing has a void shield, which is a 5+, even against smite. It says that down here in the void shields, like it can take invulnerable. Yeah, unaffected, but unlike invulnerable saves, they may also be used to negate mortal wounds. So anything that causes mortal wounds, you can use your void shield against. Which, I mean, it's a 5+ save. It's not like game breaking, but it's better than nothing. So that's nice. But of course, against Get Hot or whatever, you don't get that. But it also has 24 wounds. So if the chance arises type of thing, it might be worth it. But I don't know. We'll see. The Las Ripper, the other thing about that, though, that is nice is while it has a shorter range, it's 2 shots each. So you have 4 shots with a Las Ripper versus D3. So with 2 of those, you're getting anywhere from 1 to 6. With that, you're getting for sure 4 shots. So it's kind of right there in that middle ground. They did a really good job. It's got good balance. Like while one's got longer range and the potential for more shots, the other one's got shorter range but a guaranteed 4 shots. And then again, you're at a -3. It's just like otherwise like the las cannon, except it's a strength 8 instead of a strength 9. and still -3, and instead of a D6 damage, you're assured 3. So you have a potential there of if you hit 4 times, wound 4 times, then they have to make a -3, and if they don't, that right there is a for sure 12 wounds. That's pretty good. You don't have to roll D anything. It's not D3. It's 3, flat out 3. Which I mean that's so I don't know. I'm pretty torn. Las Rippers versus Plasma. They both have their peaks and valleys really. Mainly, I like the range. Of course, 36-inch range is nice. 24 inches is not bad, but this thing also has a 12-inch move. So you're really looking at you're still looking at a 36-inch threat range really with those, because you can still move your 12 inches and then 24 inches on top. So I'm kind of talking myself into the Las Rippers of what it sounds like. So especially if you give the captain is right by it, you're re-rolling ones. And if you give him Storm of Fire, so wound rolls of 6 give you an additional negative to your AP. So there's a potential if you roll 6s to wound, then you're getting a -4 with the Las Ripper versus -6 potential for just negating anything unless they have an invulnerable. So I don't know. We're kind of talking myself into just taking Las Rippers. All right. Well, but that's that. It's slow going, but I'm trekking away, just chipping away a little bit at a time here, and this is my main focus is this and the rest of my Nova stuff. The next thing I'm trying to work on is a conversion project for my army. It's trying to stick with purely Primaris, and I'm going to kind of break my rule a little bit where I'm going to be doing a conversion to basically make kind of like how 30K has the recon squad, which was they're in power armor and they basically act kind of like a scout squad, but they're in power armor. I'm gonna convert some Reavers with intercessors and a few other bits from Hellblasters and stuff to make a Primaris recon / sniper squad. So for all intents and purposes, for rule wise, they're just gonna follow scout sniper rules. Modeling wise, I definitely won't be modeling for advantage because they'll have the 32 mil base, and they'll still be the size of Primaris Space Marines versus a Scout Space Marine, which is on a 25 mil and a Scout. Significantly smaller than even a regular, a bit smaller than a regular Space Marine and a lot smaller than a Primaris. So there will be definitely no modeling for advantage. It will mostly be modeling for a rule of cool, and the fact that I like the idea that they can target characters. So that's pretty much the main reason why I want snipers in the army. So I'll be going with that, and hopefully that'll work well. There's just a few holes in the Primaris only army that I wish I could fill with Primaris support rules, but they're just not there right now. Everything else is planned on being pure Primaris, but we'll see. I know there's rumors of a flyer coming soon, a smaller flyer, not the Overlord. I've heard Forge World will potentially be handling that, but I don't even know how that'll work because how it's described in the book is massive, saying that it dwarfs a Thunderhawk. I mean, shoot, I don't even know. Like, that would cost like a year's salary almost or something. I don't know how Forge will pull it off, but, or, maybe they'll somehow in a future book write it. I mean, they can always, retcon fluff. So, who knows? That'd be really cool to see, but I also heard there was rumors of a different, smaller Primaris fighter. I don't know, maybe we'll see something akin to the Xiphon for Primaris, because a lot of it seems to be a meld of Legion-esque style versus new versus almost maybe some Xenos inspired tech in there. So we'll see. Also, rumors out there of new repulsor kits coming or upgrade kits of some kind for the turret piece of the repulsor. So I had posted on the page, like I had taken the Astraeus turret here and I put it on the repulsor, and I was like, oh, new repulsor spotted. But in all seriousness, I'm gonna try to find my Salamander Sikaran and take that turret and put it on there because it should be more sized correctly. And I think it'd be cool if we saw something like that. A Primaris, basically be like a Primaris Stalker, but with a Sakaran turret. Yeah, I think that would be a cool upgrade. Another one would be kind of like a Whirlwind turret up top, so you get that artillery piece in there. And again, I thought like the was the Demios or Demos, however you say that, from Forge World, the old Legion pattern. If they did some sort of like ported that over somehow from 30K, like upgraded a little bit, but kind of got that old callback to the Legion style. I think that would be kind of cool. Throw that on there. And I was thinking like you could throw side sponsons on the side doors to kind of signify like, hey, this thing is purely a fire support platform. It doesn't hold troops. But then I was like, well, it's already got a lot of weapons, so then you're gonna slap more weapons on the side. But hey, you know what? Maybe throw some like flamer sponsons on there in case someone tries to drop in the back and charge the thing. You can overwatch it pretty good. But I don't know. Then you're getting to look pretty orcish, I think, which I'm sure orc players are like, what's wrong with that? Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what comes up, what the future is for that kit. I definitely think, obviously, for the Primaris, it is their Land Raider Rhino chassis that everything's based off of. You know, like for the Rhino and the Razorback, and then you've got the Land Raider and all of its variants. And that's what the Repulsor is. It's their vehicle support chassis. It's what they're most likely going to base most of their stuff off of. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Other things though, like I said, like main focus is really getting ready for Nova as much as possible because with my my regular my regular job kicking up, I'm not gonna have a ton of time to really do anything extra. So really, I just gotta focus down on getting my stuff for Nova ready. And a lot of that I'll know more after I get registered the first, knowing for sure what I'll be participating in and what kind of restrictions they have for the lists that they want to see. But yeah, so that's it for now. Again, love to hear if you guys have any questions, comments. Share what you're working on. Is anybody else going to Nova out there? Maybe you'll see me. You won't miss my army. It'll probably be one that people walk by and be like, is that a Buzz Lightyear army? Like, yes. I've gotten to the point now where I just say, yes, it's a Buzz Lightyear army, where, like I said, like technically it's not. It's a Star Commander army because it's based on the cartoon show, not Toy Story. Because that'll be the other thing. Like, oh, Toy Story's army? Like, well, kind of. Again, I'll suggest anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, look up Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon. It ran for a few years, like 65 episodes, but it's really awesome. It was like really cool to see how they kind of took that out of Toy Story and actually made like oh, this is the TV show that they're watching in Toy Story, and it's got a cool background because there's all these different characters. There's like the Wire Wolf is like this mechanical werewolf that like this guy gets taken over by it, essentially, and it's called a Wire Wolf. There's a robot cybernetic vampire called like NOS4A2, or they call him NOS4A2 or Nostafaro. Like if anyone's familiar with vampire Dracula lore and stuff like that, that'll ring a bell for sure. It's kind of cool how they intertwine all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it was a pretty cool show for what it was, and like lots of little call outs. So I've really kind of built my army. I've got characters named after characters in the show, and I'm writing a fluff background for them. And I've actually got kind of like I said, I mentioned my other one I want to do. I'm planning on doing a series of videos coming up, kind of introducing my fluff onto my channel and the page behind the army, and I've got kind of the introductory kind of background on like how they came in during the Ultima founding and all that. I've actually got a professional actor or voice actor, I guess, lined up. Does Shakespearean work, and he's got the English accent. So again, it's gonna fall in, like it's gonna sound very 40K-ish when it comes out. But just waiting on a few other things so I can have like kind of visuals to go along with it. And a lot of that is just I'm waiting on my decal still to come in. I went through Fallout Hobbies, their custom army um, customizer or army customizer thing. Um, Talked back and forth a little bit. They've got like my preliminary kind of outline of what I wanted for the logo. And I know it takes a while, and I'm sure they're busy with everything, especially with like Adepticon coming up and then Nova after that. I think it's like 4 to 6 weeks or so. I haven't seen like normally they like redraw the design and then send it back to you. I still haven't seen that portion of it yet, but I am excited to get those in so I can start adding a little more life to the chapter, if you will, because that'll definitely add a lot more once I get those up and going. But yeah, so once I get that, I like to get the video up and then hopefully um, get those up. As far as like I want to have some background videos of the different characters, like the chapter master, and just the different characters that are based on characters from the show and how I've kind of took that character and brought it into 40k and then changed their background to fit into the 40k lore. And it's like there's no, I'll say there's no real direct I don't know how to say other than it's not corny, I guess you could say. It's not like I just directly took stuff and it doesn't fit. Like it definitely is the grim dark 40k, and it's like, oh wow, I mean that does make sense. Like that's cool, or at least I hope people think it's cool. But anyway, like I said, that's it for now. Again, let me know what everybody's up to, what you want to see, what you want to hear, and if you're going to Nova and what you're hoping to participate in. And like I said, if you see me there, you'll see the army for sure. If you don't recognize me, you'll recognize the army. And just say, hey, what's up, man? Love your army, or hey, your army's not whatever. I know it's not for everybody, but whatever you want to say, or just like, hey, man, I like your page or whatever. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time.